how does it work? Starting from brief.
Our companies do not sponsor this podcast.
So it's all about the match.
Yeah, because it's not polite to ask those questions. Yes, you will pay for this and you will enjoy it.
Definitely agree.
Brands, let us be creative.
I don't want to read that.
Pain in the ass. It's such a pain in the ass. Guys who posted it.
Brand moment, risk of reputation.
Yeah. It wasn't pinky pink, it was like purple pink. Hello, beautiful people. This is the first time ever we are doing this. And my name is Maria. This is my best friend Daniela. And yeah, I'm nervous. I'm like super nervous because this is the first time we are doing this besides our companies. And just to start, 3 random facts about us. So we used to study in the same university. We used to study politics in the same university. And the fact number 3, we are not doing politics anymore, and we have never done it, to be honest.
Never.
Currently, we are working with the best of the best, the boldest, the strongest e-commerce brands in the world, and I'm super proud about it. But the thing is, we are working from the different perspectives, and we're here today to talk about it, to be honest about it. And yeah, about me, for the past 8 years, oh my god, I've been working with different agencies, marketing agencies, development agencies, doing some pretty good campaigns and working with the cool brands, but only from the agency perspective. Currently, I'm a head of marketing and format agency, London-based e-commerce studio, launching campaigns, winning awards for those campaigns, and I'm super proud about it. So yeah, this is a bit about me.
Thank you. Super excited to be here. My name is Daniela, and like Masha said, we met back in Ukraine in university, and it was fun times, feels like a different reality. And I'm a marketing enthusiast, and currently I work as e-commerce specialist in a very cool wellness brand. And before that, I used to work at Nike headquarters in the Netherlands, doing e-com and marketing, digital marketing. So everything that relates to marketing is my passion. And I really like it because I feel like marketing is not about consumption. It's not about forcing people to buy stuff. For me, I think marketing is an art that gives people who work in marketing an ability to mix creativity and human psychology to better understand how it all works together. So that's why I chose this path of my career. And like Masha said, we're here today to discuss how marketing actually works from different worlds, because my only experience in marketing is in brands. I always worked for Nike, for other brands, and never for an agency, but I work with an agency every day.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this world exists, and you don't really know how our world exists.
Exactly. And I have so many questions to ask because like I have only experience working as collaborator, as a partner, as someone like not responsible directly, not the final decision maker.
Yeah.
And for me, it's quite complicated to understand what's happening inside.
Yeah.
What is your like point of view? What should be done in the different way to make the decisions better? So for me, it's more like being honest, because every time we have these client meetings, after the meeting, we have our internal discussion, like with our agency colleagues, and we have no idea what clients think. And sometimes it's just the time to be honest and to ask some questions, perhaps not super polite questions, quite sensitive questions, but I want to have the clear answers, and I hope you can provide me with them.
Same. I have so many questions as well, and I think this conversation is going to be super honest and productive, and we're going to find out about different worlds of marketing. And just want to mention that today I'm here only as Daniela, not as Nike employee or any other employee. So I'm going to give my own opinions, and you as well.
Yeah.
So let's start this beautiful discussion.
Just one small clarification. One small point: our companies not do not.
Do not, yeah.
I just forget the do part.
It's okay.
One small point: our companies do not sponsor this podcast. We won't use this in any PR activities, any marketing activities. So we are just doing the things we love and discussing the things we love. So yeah.
Just out of our own curiosity.
Yeah, let's hope our companies won't sue us later after this podcast. Yeah, okay, let's start. Question number 1.
One interesting point that we want to touch is that how actually marketing works. Like when you see the ads on Instagram or on TV, anywhere, how it's done. And what I found out is that not many people actually know the dynamics, that it's not always the brand who creates everything from start to the end. Most likely, it's a very big and very hard partnership between a brand and an agency. And sometimes the agency actually is the one who creates the identity, who creates the storytelling, idea, everything, but for the brand.
Yeah.
And let's talk about it. Let's discuss, what do you think? What is your favorite collaboration between the brand and the agency? What do you think is like top notch?
I have one specific company, one specific agency. It's quite big. It's called Ogilvy, named after David Ogilvy. So this is like the godfather of copywriting. And I don't know, the first book I have ever read about marketing was written by David. So I'm super inspired by their company, and they're quite big these days. But one of their first campaigns were made for Dove, like the soap brand, and it was rare beauty campaign or true beauty campaign. So about the human nature, about how you feel inside, not just like being clean or something. Yeah. It's about your feeling. But the thing is, it's not only about one campaign, one particular campaign or two campaigns. The whole experience and brand positioning itself. So they remade how the brand feels. And they're doing this across all campaigns. So this is like the core message and the core brand positioning. And they're doing this for like decades. And even now, I believe they won Cannes Lions this year for this particular brand position. But the thing is, it was made like 10 years ago, even more. So for me, this is the core like collaboration, because when you work with the agency, like sometimes your internal team kind of just like put something into words because you're getting used to it. Like you see all those lines, you see the brand identity each and every day, and you're getting used to it. And sometimes you need someone external, someone outside your brand to see something bigger, to see how people react to a brand, how people feel it. So this is like the core campaign for me, but it's not campaign, it's like the whole brand positioning, the whole line. For me, it's like the best example, not just creating one particular campaign because you have the clear brief, but creating the whole experience and the vision with like outside. Yeah, something like that. And for you, like the best campaign ever, perhaps, I don't know, from your personal experience.
Well, not from my personal experience, but I think that the best collaboration between the brand and the agency happened at Nike. And obviously, I mean, I chose to work, it was my dream to work at Nike because of this, you know, because I remember growing up and watching these Nike campaigns and being just like, this is crazy. I want to work there because this is the brand that doesn't advertise the shoes, you know? It advertises the feeling. It advertises the emotion.
Everybody those days, they were obsessed about like, just do it. So every headline, every marketing book, there was just do it by Nike. Just do it by Nike. Like every campaign, every, I don't know, lecture about marketing, it was all about Nike.
Exactly. So, and guess what? Phil Knight and, you know, the people who created Nike, they didn't come up with just do it. It was actually an agency who created, The
Really?
Yeah, exactly. It
I have
was
never thought about it.
yeah, like the agency Wieden+Kennedy. This is the agency that worked with Nike forever, and I'm pretty sure they're
Still
still
working. Yeah.
working. So this is not, a project based. This
Okay.
is like a big partnership
Okay.
started so many years ago.
Retainer. Yeah.
Exactly, and they were the ones who created this "just do it"
Okay.
slogan. That is nowadays one of the most, when you hear "just do it,"
Yeah.
first thing you think Nike.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just want to tell you about one example. When people talk about Nike's marketing, they often say things like they're great storytellers or they're really good at emotional ads. But that's actually an understatement. Nike doesn't advertise products, Nike advertises a feeling. And that didn't happen by an accident. Like I said, it happened because of the long term collaboration with Wieden+Kennedy, one of the rare cases where an agency didn't just execute the ideas, but helped shape the soul of the brand. Wieden+Kennedy have been working with Nike for decades, and during that time, they built something much bigger than campaigns. They built a consistent emotional language. Nike ads are rarely about features. You almost never hear about materials, tech specs, or performance claims. Instead, you see pressure, fear, self doubt, ambitious, anger, resilience. You see people at their breaking point. Because Nike understands something most brands don't. People don't connect to products, they connect to what products allow them to feel about themselves. Wieden+Kennedy helped Nike define sports not as perfection, but as a struggle. Not as winning, but as a choosing to keep going. That's why Nike ads don't feel like ads, they feel like inner monologues. And this only works because of the relationship between Nike and Wieden+Kennedy is built on trust. This is not client agency relationship where the brand approves layouts, briefs, whatever. And agency follows instructions. This is a partnership where the agency is allowed to challenge the brand and sometimes push it into uncomfortable territory. Wieden+Kennedy aren't afraid to make Nike uncomfortable, and Nike isn't afraid to listen. That's why their works always feel bold, opinionated, and emotionally raw. They're not trying to please everyone, they're telling to be true to something.
I believe every other campaign from Nike is like super motivational and so on brand. So it's clear that it was made by the same agency. And usually it works via long term partnership, via retainer, because from legal perspective, we call it retainer. Just to explain here what is retainer and how it works. So we have two different ways how to collaborate with an agency. You have the project base and you also have the retainer. So project base is something where you have the clear brief, you have the clear expectations, you have the clear deadline. And retainer basis is when you pay them for the amount of hours or for the particular people involved in projects, but you have the clear expectation that is going to be long term. For example, the contract might be for 6 months or 1 year or even more. For example, like with case with Nike, I have no idea. They have like 100 years of agreement.
Maybe.
Yeah. So retainer basis for me as for agency is like the ideal way of collaboration because you have the expected pipeline and you know what to expect and how to plan your resources. But from client side, like every time they asking questions like what should we expect, or for example, if we have some hours left this month, will they be relocated to something else? So how does it work? I don't know if you as a client, if you have some questions about the retainer, because for me project base, it's cool but it's too short, and I don't know, for me it's just not that I'm expect to work more. So I will treat your project as a project, but I don't want to treat you as a project. I want to treat you as a partner. I want to be involved in your project for long term. So
Yeah.
for me, retainer is like the best option ever.
But don't you think that sometimes brands they need other opinions of other marketing agencies for
Mine.
different projects? And when you become a retainer, maybe this line of creativity just disappears and you already do what you think is expected of you to do, and maybe you don't show these ideas that you could have shown as a project-based collaboration.
Might be, but that is why we also, as an agency, we also have our internal teams. And like sometimes, if we need different opinion or we want to see other perspective. We are also asking new people to join our team, or I don't know, as an agency, we could have like 16 clients in the same time,
Yeah.
and sometimes we need other opinions, so we collaborate between teams, and we change in teams, we change in account managers just to see the other perspective. So it might work for us as well, but I don't know, just because saying long-term partner for us means that we are like a part of your team, so
Mm-hmm.
we know you better, we know your business goals, we know you as a client, we know what to expect from you as well,
Mm-hmm.
so we know what you like and what you don't like, and we can treat you as our own project. So
Okay, but why should brand create a retainer collaboration with an agency if we can create an in-house team?
that's the thing. You not you, you don't buy people, so you don't buy some kind of, I don't know, specialist from our team. You're buying also expertise. So for example, if you have the clear idea of what you want to be done, or you have the clear expectations, you might hire an agency, but you'd also, you can do it internally as well, like no problem. But for example, if you had this idea internally, we could test it like for 10 other brands before that, so we know what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
similar brands, and we have more experience in this. And yeah, might be that we have tested it before, and we can come to you and say like, guys, we tried it and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It might work for your brand, but the chances are like super minimal. So you're not buying just people, you're not just hiring people, you're actually buying expertise.
But what about, like if it's in-house, maybe people know the brand values a bit more, like they know all the kitchen behind it.
Yeah.
So how does the agency actually learn this kitchen? Like how do you understand what does the brand want? Like
Yeah.
how does it work?
So this is the second question, and like it's a tricky one. Discovery phase.
Yeah.
Discovery phase is quite tricky because every time we hear questions like, "Should we pay to you so you can learn something about us, something you can actually Google, or something like, I don't know, something that should be expected from us?" Yes, you will pay for this, and moreover, you will enjoy it, because we need to understand the clear business goals. We need to understand your brand values. We need to understand people inside your team, like how do you communicate between the teams, what line of communication should we provide to you, so what to expect from us as well. So that is why every time we have a new client, every time we have a new project, we trying to do those workshops, we trying to do those discovery phases, because we want to understand you more. Because for example, if you tell us like, we have this specific project, just create for us landing page, create for us something else, we don't know your technical stack.
Yeah.
We don't know like what platform do you use, we don't know what do you use for email marketing, we have no idea about your brand guidelines, even though you can send us the Figma file and we would understand everything, but sometimes it just doesn't work. We need to understand you as a people. So that is why I'm up to every discovery phase everywhere, because these workshops, they're actually working, and yeah, trust me, you need it, you really need it.
Let's talk about how this discovery phase works, so our audience understand like what is the process.
Yeah.
Like, do brands call you and ask you, or do you connect? Like from my perspective, I think usually how it's been in my experience is that the brand
Yeah.
asks agency like, hey, we have this idea,
Hmm.
let's work,
Yeah.
talk to about this. Like, how does it work, the process?
So the process, like for me, I'm also responsible for our internal like B2B lead generation when brands come into us. And when, for example, brand comes to us and saying like, hi guys, we have a project and we have the specific idea, okay, we need to understand better. So it depends on the project. again, it depends. It depends on the project, but for example, if it's not retainer, because nobody is going to sign a retainer without being like 100% sure that agency delivers, and with people you're working with. So the first project is always like one-time project.
Based, yeah, project-based.
Let's imagine it's like a website redesign or something. We need to understand, why do you do this redesign? Why do you want to do this redesign? Is it like your old, I don't know, old website or old platform holding you back, and you want to do something more, or you have the new trend, because trends are coming and going, and like you need something real. So it depends on the project, but once we know the specific project, for example, website redesign, we need to do those discovery phases to understand the goals. What do you expect? What do you want to use? Perhaps you have the specific idea in mind. If you don't have, we need to understand your goals and then advise you with the specific idea. So yeah, usually we jump on a like few calls. Probably is going to be the first one, sales call, when we like just signing the contract. After signing the contract, we propose to do the workshop with our technical team and like our design team, someone internally, like the senior. After we do those like few workshops and we have the clear expectation, we set the plan, you have the clear timelines, because obviously you as a client, you want to see the specific deadline when we can go live. So after we have this plan, yeah, we can start the work. But yeah, it's like 2-3 workshops. Sometimes like I would love to do every time. I would love to do it offline, because it's cool when you visit the office. You can feel the vibe
of the people to connect better.
Yeah. And even after the project, like when you talk to them in real life, you understand better how to present your project, how to present new websites. So the vibes. You can feel it. So it works. So for us, the discovery phase always starts from people connection, not your technical stuff, not your email marketing tool, but from people.
I definitely agree.
From your experience, how was the discovery phase?
Discovery phase is actually my favorite part of the collaboration, especially like when you have a project in mind and you're looking for an agency that can fit all your requirements. And just 2 cents about retainer and project based, I heard your opinion that you prefer, maybe if I ask you like what you prefer, it's retainer more likely. I would say that I think I prefer the project based.
Why so?
Why so? Because I feel like when you hire a marketing agency for a project, I mean, it depends, like, obviously on the brand, like what kind of, is it a big brand or smaller brand you work? But when you hire external help, you want to create something, outstanding. Because, for like more manual tasks, like, I don't know, video editing or like website redesign, probably you can develop like a nice team in-house. But if you want to do something, I don't know, like digital experience, like with, iframes or something like new, you call the marketing agency.
So you as a client, you always expect something extraordinary.
Well, me, yes, but obviously I'm not talking like on behalf of all the brands in the world. But if you ask me, then yes. Then when I work with agency, I expect the agency to create something cool, something that I've never seen before, like something interesting. Because I believe, like, and I've been very happy and grateful for my destiny that I worked in such an awesome brands where we have really strong in-house teams already. So I want, the agency to bring this cherry on top.
Be creative.
Be creative and do something like that. So that's why I prefer the project based. And also I feel like for different projects, you need different vibes of agency. Like sometimes this can be like a really serious campaign where you need, not risk it all. And you go with like this agency that is serious, not creative. Sometimes you want something, insane that people are just gonna go crazy. And you go with something super creative, like what we discussed before the podcast, the Ukrainian brand, the grocery store, Silpo.
Yeah.
This is like the simple grocery store where people do the shopping.
Walmart.
Yeah, like a Walmart. And they collaborated with like one of my favorite Ukrainian agencies, Banda. And they did, because in Ukraine right now it's the war and not everybody is in a nice humor, you know, not everybody is in a festive way for Christmas. So they did the Christmas campaign that is like jingle bells, but they don't jingle. So all the creatives for this campaign, it's like this gingerbread bread with poker face, like a Christmas tree that doesn't smile, you know, like all this kind of stuff. And this is insane because like the agency felt like the humor of Ukrainian people, what they really want to see. They collaborated with grocery store and they did something fun, something outstanding. And also, you know, just one point is that you don't have to be like a fashion brand to work with agency. You can be a grocery store. And I think for Banda, for Silpo, it was really important to choose Banda at that time because they're creative, they're fun for project. I mean, I don't know, maybe they're on retainer.
But the project itself, it's not like super fun.
Yeah, but it's like it's creative, you know. It's like outside of the box.
So it's like communication line.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So this, and about the discovery phase, I think like I believe in first impressions, and I hope that this podcast we're gonna make a nice first impression to the people, honestly. But the discovery phase, like the first meeting with an agency. Honestly, in 90%, it's like you choose during the first meeting. You choose like if it's a vibe or if it's not a vibe.
If it fits.
If it fits or if it doesn't. It doesn't mean, you know, that after the meeting you're like, oh no, they were shit people. We're not gonna work with that.
You're not doing this.
We're not doing that. Are you doing that?
No,
be honest, honestly.
No, never. Like we have our water cooler talks, but not something like that.
Not shit in the clients.
Yeah, we could say like, different vibes. We expected something else, but no, not shitty talks.
Okay. Well, we don't do that. I mean, maybe some other brands do, but I personally do not. But sometimes, you know, you just feel like, okay, it's a cool agency, it doesn't fit. It's not the fit.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, even, you know, maybe their like first presentation was not the best, but you feel the connection and you're like, okay, couple more workshops, we're gonna get there.
It's like the first date, you
exactly
know? When you see, guy's cool, but just not fit.
Exactly. It's all about
I don't have this butterflies in my stomach.
And I think for the nice collaboration, especially if like you ask me and I want something extraordinary, I think the whole team from both sides, they need to feel these butterflies. If they don't exist, it's not gonna work out.
You know, from therapy, that's what my therapist said. The butterflies in your stomach is something
bad side.
It's like red flag if you have butterflies in your stomach, but not agency brand relationship.
Because, you know, like in relationship, you need something stable and, you know, something else.
And again, from agency, you expect something extraordinary.
Exactly. And here we need creativity. And those butterflies, those would give you the creativity.
I agree with you, because also from agency side, like every case we're working on, it's not only about like the project base. So every case we're working on as an agency, we expect it to be like awarded somewhere to shine. And like every time, because it's also marketing for us, so every time we win some awards, we go live with this case. We've been, I don't know, jurors said this is the best website and the best launch ever. Like we are proud about it. And for us, it's brand awareness. For us, it's marketing. So every case we're working on, we would love to make it extraordinary. We would love to use every new technology possible just to make sure that like we have expertise in this. We can do it for other clients. So we want marketing, we want brand awareness. But sometimes we have projects that are like just projects. They're not super cool. Like, no way, we treat every client as the most valuable client.
Isn't it a lie? We said in the beginning that we're gonna be honest.
It depends. Like we really try to treat every client as the most valuable client, because we have the specific account managers for every project and for every client, and that is how we make sure that every client is valuable and treated in the best possible way. But sometimes you just see, okay, this project is going to be awarded, it and the other project is not, because some projects they're like super basic, and from some projects like clients expect creativity, client expects, I don't know, something extraordinary. So it depends, it really depends.
Let's talk about this, like creativity versus very structured brief and very structured ask from a brand.
Yeah.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer when brand comes and like, hey, like we just want to be innovative, give us the ideas that you think can improve us?
Yeah.
Or if the brand comes with like, we would like to create 10 landing pages in 2 weeks, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
What is your take on it?
imagine typical creative agency. Like, we have, I don't know, 20, 30, 100 super creative Gen Z people who are like eager to do something out of the box, something like wow. And also 5 operational guys. Yeah, we have a bunch of people who are ready to work more, who are ready to work during the nights. They just want to do something big. They want to be awarded. They want this conline. They want everything in this world. And sometimes brands come in and like, guys, we have the specific brand identity. Please copy, paste it into your Figma, and do just something that we've done before. And we're like, yeah, okay, one more cool project. That's why sometimes people actually leave in company, people leave in agencies because they can't be that creative. Yeah, that's why people in agency, they have burnout. But yeah, for me, the ideal brief is like, guys, we have the specific idea in mind. We want to show something, I don't know, show some values. We want to show our own vision, but how to show it depends on you. So you decide. And for us, this is the ideal. So we hear the values, we understand the values, we understand the business goals. What do you expect from this particular campaign or this project? And after that, we are like going crazy and we're pitching some ideas, because for us, it's not only about just one idea. We usually pitch some ideas. We have 2, 3, 4 options pitching to you, and you decide as a brand. But for us, yeah, let us be creative, please. Brands, let us be creative. Like, we have a bunch of people ready to go crazy with your brand. Just let us be.
But what is your advice for the brand who doesn't want the agency to be creative? Like, what if they have like a very I'm not talking about like any of my examples, I'm just like imagining they need a project, it has to be done. Like, what do we find an agency that likes that? Is there an agency that likes that?
Yeah, obviously. Like, you have so many different agencies, like you have at least 100,000 agencies in our city. So there's some agencies who are actually doing just a job. Some agencies, they're super cool in development. Some other agencies, they're super cool in design. Just find their ideal partner.
So it's all about the match.
Yeah, about the match. Like, if you want the super outstanding design that will be awarded, you should go to agency that have been awarded in the past, and they're like known for their cool design. If you want just project based, you should go to agency that has the specific retainer options, even with the pricing. Because, for example, in our agency, we cannot just tell you like, we want retainer 40 hours per week, and like, this is going to cost that amount of money. No, we cannot say it, because we don't know your project, we don't know your expectations, we don't know what people to assign to your project, like what are going to be technical specifics. So it really depends. But some agencies, they can clearly say to you like, okay, this is going to cost like 2K. So yeah, just find the ideal partner and find the ideal match, because there are so many agencies. And I would love and I would advise every agency to know their differentiation points, because you cannot do everything for everyone. You need to know your strongest parts, and you know to know your strengths, and then to find your ideal client. Because not every agency needs, not every brand needs extraordinary, and not every agency needs to do extraordinary.
Honestly, double down on that, because me, from the brand perspective, sometimes it's so hard to understand what agency actually does.
Yeah.
Like, even me, like, I've been working in this field for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I cannot like structure, like, if you ask me like what does the agency provide,
Yeah.
I don't know, you know. And sometimes, like, I was doing the research like a couple of years ago.
How do you do your research?
Internet.
Okay.
You know,
like just
like,
scrolling the websites.
yeah, I'm just like, I'm scrolling, I'm looking for, you know, if I see some cool campaign, I might like look for like what
Yeah.
agency did that campaign, you know. Then I go on the
Yeah.
website, I check the website. Also, from my opinion on like working in brand, website of agency is very important, because
Yeah.
this is like the first impression.
It's like portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. Even before you had this connect,
Yeah.
you know, you just go and see the website and you can already tell. And like, it's really important for me to understand also, you know, we have attention span of what, like 6 seconds now.
Mhm.
So you need to like understand, what does the agency do? If I see like a very complicated like website where there are so many technical words that even me in marketing field I
Yeah.
cannot read, I don't want to read that. Like, I already think, okay, there's like boring.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
If I see the agency where it's like clear, like we do, let's say, AI generation, we do website design, we
Mhm.
do, we are branding agency, we do brand identity, we do photo shoots, we
Yeah.
do, you know, I understand already. And so many brands, they don't have that. So that would be like, you know, my advice.
Yeah.
If you want the clients to easily find you, I don't know, put it like on the homepage banner, like,
We do website. You know, this company, this agency, they have a name. We make websites. I love them, by
awesome.
the way.
Amazing. This is amazing, because like, why do we need to make everything so fucking complicated?
Yeah.
Do we swear in this podcast?
No, it's okay.
Let's not.
Well,
Yeah, so like, just make it simpler, you know.
Yeah.
And I think this is gonna like make the conversion rate much higher, like when
Yeah.
it's clear.
How many people do you actually have in your team who are making decisions on the agency? Like, which agency to choose, which project?
It really depends as well, like in what brand I'm
Yeah.
working, you
Yeah.
know, like
Really, in general, usually.
well, let's say I will give 2 examples. Like, if you work in a big brand, well-known brand, it's a big team.
Mhm.
It's a big team. There are like at least, I don't know, let's say 5 people who work on one project.
Yeah.
Then also there is like another level, what is called brand creative. This
Yeah.
is like a person who works, you know, in another building. You don't work with it, but you need to show the campaign before you post it online, and they need to say yes or no.
Okay.
And it happened, I'm not sure if I can say that. I will, you know,
Be honest.
yeah, I will be honest. Like, it happened when you worked for a couple of months, you know, like you didn't sleep, like you know, you tried to do the best you could, and then you think it's the best, and then you show it to the brand creative and they say, no.
Might it be because you haven't explained in the like?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be that you like, hindsight and back, it could be us not explaining enough to that team.
Yeah.
It could be not strong enough.
Not being really good in pitching.
Yes, communication. It's
Yeah.
the core of marketing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, if you are working in marketing or planning to work in marketing, communication is the skill number 1. And even like internally, you need to be really skilled to explain your idea to other people. So yeah, and then, so like I said, it's our team internally, then it's brand creative, and then, you know, if it's a huge campaign, then it's like a head of marketing or something like this that needs to give like a green light. And if it's
some people,
yeah, at least, I mean, like, there are obviously there, and this is what we wanted to talk about, one decision maker definitely should be. And I've worked in the teams, not at Nike, not in the brand I work right now. Before, I worked in the team where there was no clear decision maker.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, we discussed today and everything is perfect, and they say, yes, Daniela, green flag, like, you just go, you do it. Next day, change the mind, we need to redo everything.
Yeah.
And then I need to explain to like a graphic designer, you know, everybody that we changed the mind.
Yeah.
Why we changed it, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I think this happens like when the team is not
not connected.
not connected
Yeah.
enough, like when the internal team is not connected enough.
Yeah.
And in an ideal scenario, obviously there is like one decision maker that says we do this. And just one example, like for remember the Balenciaga scandal a couple of years ago, when Balenciaga said, oh my god, we didn't know what this photographer shot and how it...
Come on, guys, how is it possible? Like, you're Balenciaga.
Exactly.
If something goes to production, it goes to production.
Exactly. And at that time, I was working at Nike, and I was sitting, you know, I had this Wednesday of back-to-back meetings from 9 to 5 p.m. discussing one photo shoot to put online.
Yeah.
And at that time, Balenciaga, who is a huge brand, says that they didn't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Love Balenciaga, but
I'm gonna to wear today my Balenciaga shoes, but not
next time for the next podcast. I like the brand, but you know, it is
it's
BS
weird. It's weird
that they said.
For me, the decision-making process is pain in the ass. It's such a pain in the ass.
Tell me, how does it feel from your side?
Like, I would love to have one decision maker every time, because it's clear, like, when you communicate directly to the decision maker, it's clear when you have the green light.
Yeah.
But if you have, I don't know, e-commerce manager, then e-commerce director, then chief marketing officer, you have like 3 different lines, because it's also about the ideal customer profile and how do you talk to them, and how do you communicate your ideas. And like every time I need to communicate from different perspective. And I tell you one example, no names here, but we have one project and the decision makers, the 2 people, they're siblings. And for example, if we have the green light from one sibling, the other comes back from holiday and like, guys, who posted it? And we're like, we had the proof.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important to have one decision maker. Because like every time people say to us, okay, go on, proceed, we love the idea, the next day someone else comes to us and saying like, change something.
The motivation drops.
And especially when you have this like you have managers, then you have senior managers, then you have chief officers, the clear line. If someone told, for example, the manager told us about the green light, and then Simeo comes and saying no way, the manager, they're just like going silent, because they cannot say it anymore, because they have the clear expectation from their senior. So it really depends. I would love to like have just one person to communicate with, because
it's gonna be the perfect world, you know, like when
I believe in not in a perfect world,
like utopia. And honestly, I would love that too, like from the brand. I would, you know, I would love, you know, when you do like the briefing and discovery, you're like, okay, so meet this person, he's the decision maker or she's the decision maker, and that's it. And you like put it on the paper, and that's it. That would be easier for everybody, because like for me, working in the brand, I mean, like I dream to become, you know, this kind of person, but for now I'm still, you know, not on the highest level of the corporate hierarchy.
Still soon to be,
let's see, a couple of years. But like you know, sometimes even for me it's very hard to understand who is the last person to say yes. And you know, like I need to find this person, I need to approve with so many people inside of our team, and then we go to agency and we say one opinion, and then, you know, like for you it's the motivational drop when something changes, but for us people in the team, it's also, you know, like we feel so bad when something changes. I mean, obviously sometimes there are cases when yes, we said green light everything, but something could happen. For example, brand moment, risk of reputation, you know, changes in, I don't know, let's say some bad thing in the world happened and we planned to do this campaign on Wednesday, and on Wednesday it's like a day of tragedy. Of course we're gonna change that, and marketing agency needs to adjust somehow. But if it's like we're gonna do the pink website and then you do the pink website and pink brand identity and everything, and then after 2 weeks I come up, I'm like, oh, you know what,
It wasn't pinky pink, it was like purple pink.
exactly, that's not pink enough.
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah, yeah, that sucks.
that sucks.
Obviously.
So yeah, let's say in the beautiful world where everything is perfect, we have one decision maker. And
Yeah.
also, let's talk about it. Who says the last word? Is it brand or is it agency?
Always brand.
Always
Brand, because we are just like, I believe in a long-term partnership. I believe in calling ourselves like partners, but to be honest, you paying us. So you as a brand, you're paying us, and it's clear enough. And money talks and client talks. So clients always right, and this is your brand. I cannot be responsible because today I'm leaving the company, I'm leaving the agency, and I have no idea who are you. Like, we work together. No, I don't remember. So for me, it's just a project. Even though I'm always telling like about the valuable clients, I value our relationship, I would love to be partners, but you paying us, so we have this legal basis, and we should respect it. So the brand is always true.
Yeah, I definitely agree on this one, and I think that should be non-negotiable. And if something happens, like let's say if we decide to do something risky and it doesn't go according to the scenario, Brent is the first one who needs to take the responsibility, because Brent is there on every meeting, approving everything, and it's really not mature to blame agency
exactly.
if something happens.
Even in our contracts, we have this point that we do not guarantee any results. So we cannot guarantee, because again, you have different levels of approval, you have different expectations, something changes, I don't know, strategy in the world or something like that, and like we cannot guarantee anything. So that is why we even sign it somewhere, and you expect it from us. So this is how it works.
Agreed.
But once again, it's important to say the out loud clear expectation and set them in advance, because every time there is a mistake, someone blames the agency or the agency blames the client, so it doesn't work. So it's important to have the clear brief, and it's important to know even like the schedule of your meetings, like everything set in advance. So this is how it works, because every time we blame ourselves, it doesn't work.
Okay, let's circle back. Let's just talk through how does it work. Like starting from brief, like we already decided, let's say discovery phase is over, we chose the agency. What do we do next?
No, like the briefing goes first. So first of all, you have the brief, and after brief, you have the discovery phase, because you pay for discovery phase. So this is the beginning of the work. But before that, brief goes first. So for us, the ideal brief is customize list of questions that we prepare in advance as agency. So we want to understand you better, so that is why we customize the list of questions, because it depends on the project. And it's important that you have like the detailed answers to those questions. And the thing is, the more detailed answer you provide us, the less you pay during discovery phase, because we have the clear like expectations, and we know the full description of your project, we know your values, because we read it somewhere. So this is important.
I love the agencies that come with questions, because it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen. And working at the brand, like when you start the partnership with an agency, brands usually expect the agency to already learn at least a little bit about the brand.
At least Google.
At least Google, come on, because it happens when you connect, like on the first connect, and person doesn't know anything about the brand, and you know, they didn't even open the website, they didn't see like any new updates, or like when on the first meeting they proposed already the ideas that were already executed, and you feel like you're wasting your time, and you already see that the agency is not ready. So when the agency comes,
does it really happen? Because for me it's like something like how does it work? Like if you're an agency, you want to get paid for this project. So if you want to get paid, you're supposed to know something about
Yeah.
the client. You need to Google it. And that's why account-based marketing exists. So we sometimes we even trying to find the responsible people on Instagram to learn more about their personal
Yeah.
lives, to know like what are their hobbies, etc., etc. So for me, agency that comes unprepared, it's not the agency. It's not like,
Yeah, I think it's a red flag for the
yeah,
agency. And the red flag for the client would be when the client is not ready to give those answers.
yeah, yeah.
And honestly, I've had that in my own experience, not at Nike, not in the brand where I work right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I was not experienced. And it was like a small food brand, actually,
Yeah,
in Ukraine. And so they did ask questions, but I was, I was like, you can Google it, like you can,
yeah,
like you can understand, and it, like the project wasn't so big, so you don't have to, go into all these details. So my answers were like,
mm-hmm.
super short, and then the result was also
Super short.
super short, and then when I was like reflecting, I realized that, okay, I was, let's say, the agency asked me about data, like the traffic, the,
Yeah,
whatever. I didn't give any normal responses. How can the agency build up on
yeah,
this if they don't know?
yeah,
So I think from like a learning, the agency has to be like super prepared with the questions, and they need to learn in advance about the brand,
mm-hmm.
and the brand should be eager to open up to
Yeah,
tell all the details that the agency is asking in the first moments of
yeah.
collaboration to actually better
So
understand each
this
other.
is like both sides investment.
Exactly. And then also what I find like a kind of like a red flag in the collaboration is when you you talk about, I don't know, the vision or anything, but the marketing agency is so eager to use their ideas to
Yeah,
change our vision,
to
to
push
push
it.
something.
Yeah,
And at these moments I feel like, okay, we're not really being heard, this is not what
yeah,
we want,
yeah,
like. So here I think this like collaboration is really like a relationship where you
yeah,
need to like find this balance and those
yeah,
compromises, like, okay, here maybe I need to
yeah,
shut up a bit
yeah,
and do how the brand wants, or the brand needs to be like, maybe I need to
yeah,
adjust.
yeah. I've seen it in my own experience. I've actually experienced it because when I was young, the second agency of mine, I was working on one project and it was amazing project. It was like the food project as well.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing project, and I had so many ideas in mind, and I was so in love with them, so I pushed them, even though the client was like the lady 50 years
Yeah.
old, and I was like Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
obviously with lots of ideas. And she just, okay, it's too weird for us, it's like too much for us, but I was so in love with those ideas, and every time I got rejected, for me it was like the personal pain. Oh my
Heartbreak.
god, my idea, no way. So it's after that I've got my first burnout because I
Yeah.
was rejected with a brilliant idea. I thought that was a brilliant idea and it might work, but not for the client,
Yeah.
because some brands, they're not ready for
Yeah.
changes. So you need to, it's okay,
Yeah, I think
life
it's,
happens.
yeah, it's the level of maturity that you
Yeah,
get. Like when you're the maximalist and you like
yeah,
think,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
my idea is the best. Like you need to. I think personally, I sometimes also struggle with like the criticism,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the criticism is like the best tool for your self
Yeah,
development,
yeah,
because this is something that like after you actually reflect on that, you make the big growth.
yeah,
Okay, coming back. So the brief. We decided we have a meeting. You come with the questions. We come with the answers. We
yeah.
discuss it. What next?
Meeting is pain in the ass as well, because we have so many meetings. Like sometimes, for example, in our agency, we do not have bills for meetings, because usually meetings that are for clarification, for example, or for presentation. These are meetings that we want to have with you as a client. So we actually understand that we should respect your time as a client, and we want to bill you for those meetings. But yeah, it's important to have not that many meetings and to have the clear schedule, because sometimes it's just weird. We have, for example, Slack meetings, like short meetings, and they could happen 10 times per day, and it just sucks. Like you waste 15 minutes, and like you're trying to get on meeting. It's not just like calling them, because when you're talking to clients, sometimes you need to come prepared. You cannot just go on a meeting from your bed. So yeah, 15 minutes, but to be honest, you could do it in a chat, you can do it by messages.
That could have been an email.
Yeah, that could be email, not even an email. It could be like the common Slack communication. Even like right now, you have ChatGPT. You could just summarize it with your voice, transfer it to text, and just message me. Why do we need 15 minutes per day?
Yeah.
And also like important to have this weekly meetings and monthly meetings structured, because sometimes we have more than 10 people on a meeting and it's just mess. So set the clear expectations who should be involved in the meeting and like when they should happen and what to expect. For me, the ideal schedule is when we have like a monthly review. So we have our backlog and we discussing also the results from this month and planning the next month from our backlog. This is the ideal structure. Weekly meeting just to catch up on some tasks, just to make sure we have everything prepared and we're ready to move on. And I don't know, sync in Slack, just don't use it. I would love to mute myself.
Only an emergency.
It's like emergency. It's supposed to be emergency. Better to do it in messages. Right now, you have so many possibilities just to write a message. Yeah. Do it with your voice. Like, we all work in headphones. It's okay. Do it with your voice. Do it with ChatGPT. Like, you have so many options.
Yeah. It's all about respect, I think. Like, you just think about the schedule, you discuss everything in advance. Also, for me personally, super important agenda. No agenda, no meeting, honestly. If I see the invite with no agenda, what do you want to talk about? Like, are we going to talk about 15 minutes about nothing? I don't like that. And also, it's interesting, it's nice that you clarified that...
And recaps as well.
Oh, and recaps. Super important. Because especially if it's a big team and you don't have the recap, you forget everything after 15 minutes and then the meeting was just a waste of time. So agenda, recap, brief, nice. Also, one question. You said that if the meetings are like for clarification purposes, agencies doesn't bill.
Yeah, like not all agencies.
Not all agencies.
So we won't have that many meetings. Like we don't bill client because we value your time, but we also don't want to have so many meetings on our own. So this is just our own perspective, but I believe so many agencies, they actually bill clients for
because
those meetings.
I'm always afraid, like me personally, I think like couple of meetings for briefing, it's enough to understand the brand, and then it's time to actually start the work. And when it's like 1 month of like unlimited amount of meetings, briefing, debriefing, debriefing, rebriefing, and then like I don't know, the bill comes for like some amount of money, and you didn't do anything. You just had a lot of briefings. I'm afraid, like, it makes me anxious. Like, so I think it's not only the briefing, also the timeline is very important.
So we have, just to be honest here, we have the red line. So we do not bill our clients for meetings till there's certain point. Because if there is that many meetings requested, that we are like, okay, one more meeting, like we had it yesterday, we will bill for it. So we have this certain point after the
Okay, so it's interesting because I was from my point of view, I was thinking that the agency requests this many meetings, but then the client also can request so many meetings. Okay,
different reviews. So just one example, sometimes our clients, they actually want to be us like present on a call and sharing our screens and showing something in Figma when they can just go in their free time
and check it out.
And check it out in Figma and just set some comments. This is it. No need to go on a meeting and like see something with the sharing screen. So for me, it's like, okay, you just waste our time. Like, we respect your time. Please respect our time as well.
Yeah. Okay, so if we're building, once again, a perfect collaboration, let's say we need the clear brief answered, timeline set, and the meeting schedule also set with agenda and with recap.
Obviously,
awesome.
Because again, recap is important, because if you're working with a creative agency, they're creative people, they're doing lots of brainstorming right on a call, right during the call, and they have so many ideas, and right after the call you have like this 15 minutes in your water cooler or in the kitchen, and you have no ideas in mind after that. So it's important to have the clear recap, because you want to structure all your ideas and like somehow process it again through ChatGPT, and later you have the ideal like brainstorming session recap.
And also it's so anxious when the sides come out of the meeting with no clear understanding of next steps. And you just don't know what's
next steps. Also important next steps. It's about timeline, and you as a client, I believe the next step for you, it's like, okay, for me it's yes or no. Do I like those next steps, or I don't like those next steps? So for you it's super important to have. But for me, for example, sometimes it's unclear what could be the next steps, what should I propose, because we discuss that many things. So I decide what is going to be more rational to do right now, like based on ASAP task, like red flags to fix as soon as possible, or something for future.
Also, interesting question I have in my mind about the process again. Who is responsible for setting the next steps? Is it the brand after the meetings, they, do the next steps and everything? Or does the marketing agency, let's say, propose the perfect next steps and the brand agrees?
Again, I believe it's only agency responsibility, because you're the client, you expect something from us, you hired us to do something. So we can propose with the different next steps, and you can decide whether you agree on it or not. So this is how it works, and this is what I call being proactive. So we want to work with you, as soon as possible. That's why we propose the ideal plan. If you like the plan, we are working. If you don't like the plan, please tell us.
Okay, that's awesome. And one thing that we touched, and I wanted to kind of talk about creativity. So let's imagine the scenario. I am the brand that, I don't know, I will not say what I do, something I do, and I have budget. I have a lot of budget, and I go to you.
A client that has a budget.
Yes, and I go to you, but listen, budget is my only benefit.
Tricky one.
So I go to you. I don't have clear vision. I don't have nice product. I don't have structure, but I have budget. And I want you on retainer. For 10 years.
Cool.
And what do you do? And you see it from the first meeting. Like, after the meeting, you're like, okay, there is,
so the problem is the product.
But maybe I will be like, okay, and I'm self-aware as well. I know that my product is kind of shitty, but I really want to sell it. So during the meeting, I'm like, I believe in you. You're such a great agency. You can make everything work. Even my product, you can sell it.
If the brief is to do everything just to sell it, it's okay. We can package it somehow. We can decide on a new packaging. We can decide on a new communication line, communication strategy. We can decide on a different channels. So if we have the clear expectations from us that we can do everything, we can do it, because you can sell even water. I don't know, with a clear.
So many companies do that. Water. Some people sell air in the bags.
You can sell air, but you need to define the right packaging and the right communication on what audience do you trigger. So if we have the expectation that you can do everything, we will do everything, and we will make it cool. And if we have the clear timelines, but if you as a client saying like, I don't want to change anything in my communication. I don't want to change anything in, I don't know, packaging. I don't want to change my target audience. I don't want to try new ideas. I just need the new website.
Yeah.
But the products stays the same.
The same.
This is going to be like just a base project. It's not going to be awarded, and sometimes we see it from the beginning that it's not going to be a wow project. So,
but would you agree still to work with that?
We would. We have many different projects, amazing projects, but they're like so basic. Just because you want to prove something, that you are okay with doing some kind of services, they're providing some kind of normal services, but they like. You live with the idea and you're okay with this idea that this project is not going to be awarded. But yeah, just agree on this.
But also, you know, sometimes it's so interesting that you can maybe like not believe in the product, but then the product goes viral. I remembered about the example of Scrub Daddy. Do you know?
It's amazing.
I don't remember like the full story, but basically, so it's like the sponge for like cleaning.
Excuse me, this is amazing sponge. Okay. This is the best sponge ever. So they have this soft side, and when hot water or cold water, like you pour it into hot or cold water, it becomes not soft enough, so you can actually scrub it. Yeah, it's amazing product, and they've been on a Shark Tank's show.
And I remember they didn't believe in the product at first. They said it's shitty, you know, and then, you know, somebody believed in it, and now it's like the top tier sponge.
Yeah, this is the ideal sponge. I love them so much.
Yes. So you never know, right?
Yeah,
even like if you think the product is shit, then it can be.
This is not the example, because the product itself, it was amazing straight away. Like, this is an all-purpose sponge. It was amazing straight away.
No, that's true. That's true.
But sometimes you have, I just trying to remember some examples of the great packaging, because sometimes packaging really works well, but I don't remember the cases of the packaging. So it's all about communication. Like, even like you have so many different, I don't know, water brands, many different brands. So how to differentiate from the market if water is something super usual? You can set the clear target audience. For example, you are the water for Gen Z, and you have this kind of vibey packaging. You have really cool communication. So this is how your market works. You just need to find your target audience and somehow package your products to differentiate on the market.
Okay.
Summing up.
Yeah, we talked a lot. Let's see. Well, first, I hope that with this podcast, you guys understood a bit more about how this collaboration between brands and agencies work. For me personally, I understood a lot more.
Yeah, for me as well. I've got answers that I have never asked, and now finally I had the chance to ask those.
You know, those are the topics that you never discuss actually, like on the call.
Because it's not polite to ask those questions.
Maybe it feels like it should be clear to everybody, but sometimes it's not clear, you know? And sometimes this is what needs to be done. So if you're a brand or an agency, hopefully this podcast can be helpful for you to actually...
It's like the therapy session. So we haven't actually come up with a name, and it's something like
marketing therapy or something.
brand agency therapy, marketing therapy. Okay, we'll see it later.
We'll brainstorm a bit more on this, but I like the point.
It's like the therapy session, and the relationship between agency and brand, they're like relationship between people. So,
and it should be treated like a relationship. There should be a lot of communication. There should be, like we said, starting from communication, then clear briefing, expectations set, schedule set, one decision maker, a really nice vision that is talked through. Sounds like an utopia, never happened in real life. But maybe after this podcast, everything is gonna work like this, and people will understand.
I will send it to some other agencies that I know, and some other brands as well, and my clients as well.
To see
just to check it. But anyways, we hope it was useful. It was wonderful. At least we enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
Bam.
Let it be the next one. So the next one is going to be about AI.
Yes.
How
Is
to
it-
replace agency with AI.